So this is the project. I will give you a quick walkthrough of all the features that are there in this particular project. Here you can see we have different features listed in the sidebar, and there are different models that we support. We also have the support for local models as well as more models running on cloud, and we are getting the inference through the API. And we can also select different models as per different features. So we can just save it right here to set them as the default model. Apart from it, we also have the section to enter your own API keys for different inference providers. We support all the famous ones like OpenAI, GitHub, Grok, and Gemini. So for this particular demo, I'll bring in my key for Grok API. And just save it here. After saving this API key, this platform is ready to be used. So the very first feature is the RAG system. In this, we can actually very smartly increase the context window of the entire LLM window. So what this does, you can bring in a huge context document, something like a PDF, and then you can just put it here, and it will split it into chunks. Each chunk will have some vectors that are there in the vector store, and it performs a similarity search on the basis of the question asked by any normal user, and based on that it can bring in the answers. So this is how the classic RAG system works. I'll give you a quick demo. I can browse the files, and I can bring in a faculty handbook, which is a long context handbook. And after indexing this, you can see it is listed here. You can see after indexing it, you can see it has been listed here, and now we can just use it directly. And then after that, we can actually query that particular document. So it says that this particular resource has been loaded, and we can ask a question. So now you can see we can actually query the document. Here you can see that it has loaded this particular document, and we can actually ask a question on top of it. So for example, if we ask that I am a professor at Thomson Rivers University and the student has not contacted me and has stopped attending the classes, what should I do about it? For this particular question, we'll also choose a model and then the response language. Once we search on it, it will bring in the relevant chunk and then answer in natural language. So for the answer it says the final grade will be DNC or did not complete. It is, as you can see, we can verify it right here, that the final grade will be DNC or did not complete. So this makes it really easy for the faculty members to ask a question whenever they have like a long handbook to work with. Then the next feature is exam grading. Here the professors have an option to set up an exam. They can either upload the entire PDF which has all the questions, or they can import it manually. If we choose this particular option, we'll see there is there are a lot of text boxes to give the context. let's use these let's use these set of questions. So we have three questions, and you can also import your grading rubric. Once we have the rubric as well as the questions, we can also add a sub rubric giving more detail about each particular thing to be graded on, and then we can also assign the maximum points for this particular assignment and let it be 10 for this example. And once it's done, we can go to student submissions, and we can either upload individual PDFs or entire zip folder with multiple PDFs. So let's go about uploading individual PDFs. Here we can select all the PDFs that are here and just open it. So it is going to scrape all the text that is there in each individual PDF, and it is going to process all these submissions. So we can see that it has extracted the text from each particular submission of the students. Then we can move ahead with the results for the grading. We can again select a particular model we want to use for the analysis, and then with just one single button it can grade all the assignments for us. Fuck. With just one single button it can grade all the assignments for us. We can see that as per the student submissions, it is giving them the marks, the percentage feedback, as well as the detailed explanation of why the student got these particular marks. So it gives it in the form of a table so that it is easy to visualize a as a faculty member. It can also give us a table, and for in-depth analysis we can view the student results one by one as well in the form of a card. Then let's move on to the next feature, which is exam creation. In this particular feature, the professors can either generate questions or create exam topics.